أهلا بكم إلى هذه المقابلة التي نجريها مع السيد جون باغانو الرئيس التنفيذي للبحر الأحمر الدولية. مرحبا بك معي في هذه المقابلة. بداية، لماذا قررتم تغيير اسم الشركة، شركة البحر الأحمر للتطوير، إلى البحر الأحمر الدولية؟
Well, thank you for having me on your program. It's my absolute pleasure. It's a good question. Why are we changing our name to Red Sea Global? Fundamentally, it's really to reflect the evolution of the company. We started off as the Red Sea Development Company when we were developing one destination, one project. But I had an ambition back at the very beginning in 2018 to create a regional champion for Saudi Arabia, a company that could do projects all throughout the kingdom, but also beyond. And today we're announcing the change of our name to Red Sea Global to reflect that ambition. We now have a dozen projects up and down the west coast of Saudi Arabia, and so it's appropriate that we do make that change. And it's also our ambition to really lead the world to be better for both people and for planet, and I think it's an appropriate name for the Red Sea company.
البحر الأحمر الدولية، هل تعني خطط للتوسع خارج السعودية؟
Well, absolutely. That's the ultimate ambition. I think we have our plate very full at the moment. As I said, we have a dozen projects, including Red Sea and Amala, both of which are giga projects, and I have other projects that are probably as big, if not bigger. But we're building the capabilities, we have the ambition, we're funded by the public investment fund, so there's nothing to hold us back from looking at opportunities both regionally and indeed around the world.
هل ستظل البحر الأحمر الدولية مركزة على أعمال المنتجعات الفاخرة، أم أنها ستتنوع إلى أعمال جديدة أيضا؟
Well, clearly our expertise right now is focused on tourism, but the capabilities that we're building within Red Sea Global, really there's no limit to the types of projects that we might build. We will build commercial, we will build retail, and of course our resort experience is going to stand us in very good stead.
إذن كيف ستختلف البحر الأحمر الدولية عن شركة البحر الأحمر للتطوير سابقا؟
Well, not different. It's an evolution, as I've said. You know, the same skills are required whether you're building resorts or whether you're building office buildings or whether you're building residential. In fact, we're already building all of those constituent parts because tourism projects really are multidimensional. As I said, they include residential, they include retail, and of course they include hotels. So the skills remain the same and they're going to be easily adaptable to other types of asset classes.
هل سيكون نمط الحياة أو أسلوب الحياة في البحر الأحمر الدولية، في أعمال البحر الأحمر الدولية أيضا المنتجعات وغيرها، مشابها للوجهات العالمية السياحية أم سيختلف؟
Well, look, we're building world-class destinations that will compete with the very best of resorts anywhere in the world. But actually, we're going a step beyond that because I think the world is in crisis for a whole variety of reasons, but especially when it comes to climate and ecology. And the approach that we've taken on Red Sea is really to focus on regenerative development. And that means to actually try to make the place better. And so the lifestyle and the quality of the environment that we're trying to create is really to embed ourselves in nature. And so really to give people a unique experience that really you don't find anywhere else in the world, because we're building developments that are in harmony with the environment rather than damaging or exploiting the environment, which is what has happened to date. So that's, I think, one of the main distinctions that both Red Sea and Amala are going to bring, so that our visitors and our guests are going to be absolutely delighted, but we're going to have a minimal impact on our local environment.
هل ستتمتع البحر الأحمر الدولية بنفس الالتزام القوي بالسياحة المتجددة مثل شركة البحر الأحمر للتطوير؟
Absolutely. Look, at the very core of our DNA is our commitment to regenerative development, our commitment to making the planet better, to taking care of people, both our own employees, our guests, but also the people in our local communities. I think that's a very big part of what Red Sea stands for, and it remains a key pillar of the organization going forward.
هل يمكن أن تعطينا تحديث موجز عن التطورات الأخيرة في مشروع البحر الأحمر، كذلك أيضا توقع للسنوات القليلة القادمة؟
Well, look, Red Sea and Amala are on track. We're building 16 hotels at the Red Sea, the first of which will open in the spring of next year. So we're going to open 3 resorts next year, and then another 13 resorts will open in 2024. But Amala is not far behind. We have 8 resorts under construction there, which will open and welcome our first guests at the end of 2024. We've raised 14 billion rial in a green financing, the largest ever of its kind, Saudi rial denominated, endorsed by the HSBC, so it is accredited as being true green finance. And it's a very important distinction because it means that the money is being used towards environmental sustainability, which is what ultimately the Red Sea is about. But we also have a large-scale public-private partnership with Aquapower, who is developing our renewable energy infrastructure, and we have a live RFP in the market to do the same at Amala. We signed our first joint venture partnership with a large family group to develop one of our resorts. So really trying to bring the private sector to be part of the journey that the Red Sea is on, that the kingdom is on, in terms of diversifying the economy and moving away from purely reliance on oil.
بالنسبة لمشروع آمالا، أين سيكون موقعه من هذا التحول، من هذا التطوير أيضا إلى البحر الأحمر الدولي؟
Well, again, like Red Sea, we're fully funded on Amala. The project is moving forward at pace. As I've said, we have 8 resorts under construction. We launched the designs for our beautiful yacht club, our Marine Life Institute, a very large-scale marina to really welcome yachts from around the world and especially from the Mediterranean. And that project will complete the first phase by the end of 2024, but we're already planning the subsequent phases to continue to build on the momentum that we've created to date.
شكرا جزيلا لك لقبول دعوتنا وللحضور معنا هنا في الاستوديو. شكرا لكم أنتم أيضا لمتابعة هذه المقابلة الخاصة التي أجريناها مع السيد جون باغانو، الرئيس التنفيذي للبحر الأحمر الدولية. شكرا لكم وإلى اللقاء.